So when I'm going to paint my shadows, I want to use my moon to tell me where those shadows should go. So I'm just kind of following where my moon is to where the bottom of my tree is. That line is the direction your shadow should be going. So for me, this one's going to be kind of coming straight at me. So I'm going to get some water, a little bit of paint. I'm going to make it kind of come down straight towards me. I'm going to make this line as wide as my tree. Now that's a pretty faint shadow. If I want a little more color, I'm going to grab just one more little scoop of black. And when I add that to my water, it'll help kind of spread around in that area that's already wet. It doesn't really want to move to the spots that are dry, so it'll only stay where your wet part is. So you can see I'm following now with my moon. So if I'm going this way, my next tree, that's going to have a little bit more of kind of an angle. So it's going to kind of come, I would say, about here. So it's kind of going a little more diagonal. If you need more water and paint on your brush, you can kind of get that going. So I'm just going to kind of make a couple rows here of my light black paint just to follow kind of the shape of my tree. Again, just like this is fine. If it's really light like that, that's okay. We really don't want to make it too dark because we don't want it to match our tree. So that I'm okay with. Probably grab a tiny bit more water and paint my brush. This last one coming from my moon to my base is going to go probably off the side of my paper. So if I have too much paint like that time, I can just clean a little bit off, get some water on that brush and spread it out. So I'm going to make that kind of go a little bit more diagonal. It's okay if you get a little water on your tree because it's black, you won't really be able to notice. So you can see those shadows now are all kind of following that direction of the light of the moon, and that's what we're going to look for our shadows. The final step, we'll all be getting a little white cup full of paint. With our cups of paint, we're going to be using the bottom of our brush, which is different than what we normally do, and we're going to use that to dot into the paint to dot onto our picture. That will help us make all of our little snowflakes, and we can put as much as we want, cover up as much as you can to fill up your whole page. So if you want them all to be big, I would probably only do 1 or 2 drops before getting more paint on your brush. If you want different sizes, you could probably do it about 4 or 5 times until you run out of paint on the end of your brush. But that'll help get you some big ones, medium ones,